How's it going, guys? Today we have an unboxing review of a product, or actually two products, as you can see in front of you, that I'm very excited for, that I've been waiting to come in the mail, and they're finally here. So on the left, we've got the Apple Pencil. This is the second generation of the Apple Pencil, made for, of course, the 11-inch iPad Pro. 256 gigabytes is the version I got in space gray. But I really love the packaging from Apple, as usual, but this time it just looks even better with that fat 11-inch iPad Pro screen right on the top of the box. It looks so amazing with the white outline. You can just never get enough of the Apple packaging. It really is just such a premium feeling and such a great feeling when you unbox it, when you get it in hand. But let's start off with the iPad Pro first, and then we'll open up the Apple Pencil. You know, your typical box. Right, I have the Wi-Fi version, and this is actually the second generation of the iPad Pro. I did not like the bigger version. I believe the 12.9-inch version. I just thought it was too big for what I needed, and I don't even need to cut it here. I just thought the 12.9-inch was far too large. So here we go. And classic Apple here as it slides out. There we go. It's so tightly packed. Ooh. That's what you see when you open the box. Pull out the tab. Pull the device out. And I personally actually haven't owned my own personal iPad. I remember when the iPad mini came out, I highly considered purchasing it, and I never got around to it. But obviously I've had iPads in hand before, and this one just feels so light, so thin. It just feels amazing. Here's the iPad. We'll get into that in a second. We'll set it to the side as we look at what else is included in the box. Of course, classic design by Apple in California, just in a larger size. We'll pull everything out for brevity. Awesome pamphlets here. Looks great with all the gradient colors. Really love that. Set that to the side. Got your adapter here, and we'll even undo this, because I actually need another one. So, and of course, with all the new Apple devices, we've got USB-C. As you can tell, USB-C, USB-C. Boom. And then that's it for the box. You guys know how that works. Here's the actual device. I'm so happy to finally have it here. See it in hand. It just looks amazing. The screen looks so large with the thinner bezels. I mean, the first thing for someone like me who's the first time owning an iPad, and the last time I was considering purchasing an iPad was when the iPad mini came out. And the feeling I get from this iPad, just looking at it right now out of the box, is I remember when the first couple generations of the iPad came out with the thicker bezels. And this just really reminds me of a classic Android style tablet, if you know what I'm talking about. Back then, the main design difference was the bezels, I felt like. But anyway, I don't know if that's just me, but here it is. I'm going to get a lot of fingerprints on this, but I do have a screen protector. We'll see a video of that coming next, or at least coming very soon. The space gray on the back. 3 dots. iPad. Rub that off. Shiny logo. And of course, one thing on this iPad Pro, different from the last iPad Pros, of course, the new camera they threw in there. Right there, the lenses. As you guys know, we've seen this hardware before, but we haven't seen it on an iPad. Got a nice little design feature there. I kind of like that, actually, this line that works its way around. And as you guys know, the iPad at first didn't even have a real good camera at all. It kind of sucked. So really cool to see people using the iPad to a degree where they did decide to include their latest and greatest camera. Now, we'll take a look at the ports. Right there we have, of course, charging with our speakers. Work our way down to the left side. Look at that thin profile view. Just look at that. Oh, it's so nice. Speakers. Got our power button. The front-facing camera. Volume rockers at the very top. As you can see, the placement around the corner between the volume rockers and the on-off button is not that large. There we go. Just such a clean design. It's just hard not to enjoy it. And so while we have that out, we're definitely going to unbox the Apple Pencil as well. I actually purchased mine off of Amazon. Guys, like I've said before, and as a lot of you probably know, but those of you who don't, if you're looking for, especially when it comes to more expensive electronics or electronics in general, go look at Amazon, look at their used section. Some of them are really just returns. People opened them up, used it for a day, or opened it up and realized they didn't need it. So definitely go check out Amazon section. It wasn't a huge discount off, but like a discount's a discount, and you're getting basically a brand new product. So we're gonna try to take this out here with the knife. I don't know why I'm so... See, look, I don't even need the knife. I don't know why I want to use the knife so bad. Here's the Apple Pencil. And this is the one, of course, that goes with the new iPad Pro 11-inch. And this one also works with the 12.9-inch as well. But it just has to be the new, as you can see here on the box. So the iPad Pro 11-inch and then the third generation iPad Pro 12.9-inch. But I really thought the 11-inch was a great size, and let me just get this Apple Pencil out of here and then we'll talk about that. As you can see, it does look slightly different than the first generation, but not hugely different. I definitely think this one gives more of an actual pencil feel, like as if it was a real graphite pencil, but of course it is not. That is just really such a clean piece of technology. And we can just pull this out. This is like the same size of the manuals as the Apple Watch ones, I feel like. But here they are, guys. iPad Pro 11-inch with the Apple Pencil 2. And so real quick, I just wanted to talk about why I purchased this specific piece of technology. And for one, the iPad Pro was, I've been eyeing an iPad for a while, but haven't exactly think I've needed it enough because I don't think I would utilize it enough. However, being a college student, I have noticed that last year a lot of my fellow classmates have been using iPads to take notes, and at first I kind of doubted it. I wasn't sure if I would like it. I wasn't sure if writing on an iPad was going to be efficient, was going to be what I wanted, but I have come to the realization that it's going to be a useful tool for me. One, I have tried out the Apple Pencil on the iPad, and I really like how easy it is to write, how easy it is to make graphs, colors, and different shapes when you are doing a lot of math and economics. It's really nice to be able to easily go back and revise and not have to erase, being able to change colors, especially when you're making graphs where you need a bunch of different colors. It's so easy to do this. I even have professors now that teach the entire course off of an iPad connected to the projector. So this is going to be a really useful device for me. And then at first, believe me, when that first Apple Pencil came out and I saw how expensive it was, I was like, wow, that's so stupid. Why would anybody ever do that? Buy a $100+ stylus? But really, it's a lot more than that, and it really just flows so well with the iPad, and I think it's a great accessory that I'm going to use a lot. Obviously, I'm going to be using it to take notes, and of course, that's the main function for this, but I think the iPad, and specifically the iPad Pro, has really evolved to turn into a workstation for a lot of people, and I know they just came out with a new Magic Keyboard, which I really, really love the look of and would love just to have as a technology in an Apple head. But because I do have my MacBook Pro still, I don't feel the need to have that. But this is just the unboxing. We went quickly over the review. Like I said, very light, just over, slightly over 1 pound there for an 11-inch screen. And the actual dimensions come down to 9.74 inches in length, 7.02 inches across, and then in depth 0.23 inches. So thin. As I stated, I got the 256 gigabyte version. I do see myself delving more into more graphic design and video work on my iPad as well. I'd really like to dedicate it towards all of that and really getting full utility out of this purchase, getting full utility out of every single dollar that I spent on this. So let me know if you guys like the new 11-inch iPad Pro. I specifically, like I stated earlier, thought the 12.9 inch was far too large for what I wanted. I still wanted something somewhat light, easy to bring around. And when I compared it to the size of a notebook, the iPad Pro 11 inch is slightly smaller than a standard notebook. And that's really what I was going for, right? If my main purpose here is to replace the traditional way of taking notes for myself, which is a notebook and pencil and pens, I want my iPad Pro to be slightly smaller than the notebook that I'm using. And on top of that, with my 13-inch MacBook Pro, I didn't really, 12.9 inches, let's just call a spade a spade. I don't need a 13-inch MacBook Pro and a 13-inch iPad Pro. So that was the thought process behind that. Thought about doing a setup video for you guys, but by now I think most of you know how to set up an iPad Pro. I definitely love to check in down the road and let you know how it's hold up for me over the course of several months. Although with school being out, summer being here, and then everything going on in the world, it may be a while before I get a full grasp and feel for how it's really performed in the utilization that I stated earlier that I'm going to be using it for. But for that, I can't wait to use this. I can't wait to try it out, and I can't wait to throw a screen protector on it, to be completely honest. Just that screen looks so beautiful, and the fact that it could ever be damaged and scratched will hurt my heart so much. But for now, guys, that's the unboxing for the iPad Pro 11-inch as well as the Apple Pencil 2 that goes with it. Smash that like button, subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time.